Cameraman, you ready? Cameraman, you ready? Go upstairs.
God.
Hold on, stay right here. Hold on, move up. Hold on, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold my phone. Hey, say what's up to the chat.
Again, they're allowed to turn New York City into an uninhabitable flaming ass fire. Again? Keyword, allowed. Because that is exactly why this continues to happen. That is exactly why it's been happening all week this week in New York City. The leadership, or complete lack thereof, they refuse to do anything to stop it. You're probably wondering who that not famous streamer was in that clip. According to my research, their name is Nenah Lim, preferred pronouns unknown. Nenah Lim is a violinist and a solo artist who is supposedly based in London. London? If Nenah Lim is based in London, why are they pretending to be a fan of the New York Knicks and causing trouble in New York City? Of course, the answer is simple. Like so many other young people, Nenah Lim seems to be starved for attention. The craving for attention is so strong, we have people literally filming themselves committing crime and posting the evidence on social media. I guess Nenah Lim got the attention that they desired because Nenah Lim spent last night in a New York City jail. And for some reason, Nenah Lim is being celebrated as a hero. You know, when I was living wrong, when I was young and living on the opposite side of the law, we didn't celebrate getting caught. We damn sure didn't share evidence of our crimes with complete strangers. We celebrated those of us who didn't get caught. Uncle KC, you've told us before that you were arrested 10 times when you were younger. Yeah, on average, you get away with doing something wrong 100 times before you eventually get caught, so do the math on that one. There is a serious problem right now in New York City, and this problem will not go away once the celebrations of the Knicks winning the NBA Finals have passed by. The Knicks winning the championship. This is just the latest excuse for anarchy. You see, New York City has a leadership problem. When I was growing up, I knew what I could and couldn't get away with. As adults, we often think kids are clueless, but kids are very smart. They know how to adapt. When Dad wasn't around, which was pretty often since he was working 80 hours a week to support the family, I knew I could get away with a lot more. When Mom busted me and decided it was time for my ass to be introduced to a belt, I didn't care because I knew Mom didn't have the strength to give me a proper caboose bruising. We laugh about it now, but my mom was attempting to put belt to ass one time, and she was getting increasingly frustrated because I couldn't stop laughing. One day, we were at the mall, and I was doing what I do best as a child, which is not behaving. My mom kept saying, "When we leave here, I am introducing my foot to your ass." Obviously, that did not stop my behavior because I had no fear of the consequences. We get in the car, we're driving home. I'm thinking by this point, Mom has cooled down and forgotten about everything. I learned that day at a very young age that women never forget. We get home, and as soon as we walk in the door, Mom says, "Get ready, you have an appointment with your dad's belt." I'm crying. This isn't fair. You were supposed to punish me. You didn't say anything about Dad. You see, when Dad was around, I knew I had to be on my best behavior. Unfortunately, New York City is missing Daddy. New York City is lacking strong male leadership. And the end result is this. Watch for yourself.
Y'all fucking on my check. You're killing my paycheck. You're coming on my paycheck. You're killing on my check. Y'all know what's coming on my check.
Yeah, that shit.
Make no mistake about it, this is the result of soft on crime policies. This is the result of the weak leadership of Zohran Mamdani. If this was a one-off, if this was one night of rioting, I would be willing to give Zorro the benefit of the doubt. But New York City has been a flaming ass fire for a damn week. Now, in fairness to Zorro, it's not all his fault. It's damn sure his fault for not putting a stop to it. But where are the parents? We have been covering the riots in New York City all week here on the channel. I've probably shared over a dozen clips with you guys. I don't see grown-ups. I don't see too many grown men causing chaos. For the most part, these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. They have lived for 20 years and never faced consequences. When I was in school, there were fights almost on a daily basis, damn sure on a weekly basis. You could be walking down the hall and next thing you know, there's a fight. And it wasn't any of this 5-on-1 shit. When someone had a problem, when you were acting like a doofus, you were getting your ass kicked 1-on-1. Today, it's called bullying. We can't have kids fighting. That's barbaric. We must protect these children. Oh, the children. It's all about the children. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't we just see a clip of overgrown children destroying a school bus? How is it all about the children when you are destroying their only form of transportation to the indoctrination center? Like anything else, I think there are pros and cons to bullying. And when I say bullying, I'm not talking about ruthlessness. I'm not talking about what we are seeing right now in New York City, where crowds of people are bullying anyone wearing a Spurs jersey. I'm talking about your typical childhood bullying. The big kid taking the lunch money from the dork. I was talking to one of my channel members the other day. He was bullied in school for being the fat kid, or as the education system would call him today, a compassionate young birthing person who is food and exercise challenged. Today, he's in great shape. Why? Because the teasing, the being ostracized, being rejected by all the girls, it made him change his life. It gave him the motivation to better himself. Kids today, they don't have that experience because society has gone out of its way to overprotect them. And in doing so, these kids are not prepared for the real world. They're not prepared to deal with consequences because they've never had to deal with them. And in New York City, they continue to spread the flaming ass fire because they know there will be no consequences. To be honest with you, I feel bad for real fans of the New York Knicks. This should be a time of celebration for them. They have waited 53 years for this moment, and it is being ruined because Zohran Mamdani refuses to be a leader. I didn't see the game last night. I listened to the fourth quarter on the way home from Biloxi. Me and the wife, we went to see Derek Stroop last night at the casino. If you ever have the opportunity to see Derek Stroop live, highly recommend it. For me, stand-up comedy, it can be hit or miss. It is incredibly difficult to make Uncle Casey laugh constantly. But to his credit, Derek Stroop, he had Uncle Casey laughing last night for 90 minutes. I caught the fourth quarter, though, of the game on the drive home. We watched the championship ceremony once we got back. Even though I'm not a fan, it's hard not to like the New York Knicks. It's a roster full of likable dudes. Most of them are Christian men. Jalen Brunson has been doubted his entire life. Same with Jose Alvarado. Karl Anthony Towns, or as Monica McNutt prefers to call him, that's not Cat, that's Garfield. It was nice to see Karl Anthony Towns finally get a ring. Mike Brown has been coaching in the NBA for 20 years. Many believe he was wrongly fired by the Sacramento Queens. And he redeems himself by winning a championship in his first year in New York City. Hell, you can make the case this team is the opposite of New York City. But either way, they deserve to be celebrated. But their accomplishments are somewhat overlooked by the ongoing destruction in their city. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you would celebrate by destroying your own neighborhood. And my guess is most of these people responsible for all the destruction, they don't live in these neighborhoods. Hell, I doubt they even live in New York City, mainly because they probably can't afford to. But they continue this behavior because they have nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose with a lack of consequences, that is a dangerous combination. And like I said, I think some of the rioters are doing this for attention. If you live stream yourself committing a crime, not only are you starved for attention, you are starved for an education. Because educated criminals don't provide evidence. Educated criminals don't film themselves committing the crime. Unfortunately, for those living in New York City, it's only going to get worse. The championship parade is sometime this week. The World Cup final is next month. Can you imagine the destruction if America wins the World Cup? Some of the anti-Americans in New York City, they won't be celebrating the win. They'll be rioting because America didn't lose. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.